Hello 415 class, and welcome to week 8 of Music on Brio online. I can hardly believe it's been so long since we've gotten to be together in person. But this is actually our final group class video of spring 2020. We do have lessons again next week, and then many of you will have makeup lessons after that. But this is our last group class video. I hope that these have been helpful and enjoyable. Today, I am going to be going over the Orange Blossom Special Beginners version. So just to be clear, that is the one-page Orange Blossom Special. It is in, I believe, packet 5. I will also be doing Musette by Bach. And finally, I will be playing the Pelican Reel, which is actually at the beginning of packet number 6. As a reminder, if there is any of this music that you can't find, you don't have, you can log on to the student section of our new website and download all of the violin packets. So like I said, Orange Blossom Special, this is the version that is in packet number 5. There is a version in packet 6. It's a 2-page version. It's fairly different than this. So please don't confuse this with that. And then, like I said, the Bach Musette and the Pelican Reel from packet 6. Now, in this Orange Blossom Special Beginners version, there is a repeat sign around the entire piece except for the first measure and the last measure. I am not going to take that repeat right now. You are more than welcome to take that repeat if you want to, but I think that the piece is plenty long enough without it. I do want to talk through the piece a little bit. First of all, notice that this piece does have measure numbers along the left side over by the treble clefs. So I will be referring to certain specific measures. Please make sure that you count carefully and so you know what measure I'm talking about. So I want to talk about the form of this song. The very beginning, actually, we are going to call the intro section or the introduction section because it really doesn't have a melody. It's just kind of supposed to be like the sound of a train. And then at measure 15, that's actually where we get the first melody. So measure 15, it says arco, and if you would write a letter A, that is the A section there. And then we have some more of the train stuff. The B section is going to be where the 16th notes start at measure 26. So if you would write a letter B there. The C section is in 34, and the C section is quite simple. And then the tag ending, the very last measure, we're going to call that the coda. And that's just the little, it's going to be familiar. It's like a familiar fiddle tune ending. Orange Blossom Special, of course, a very, very familiar, famous fiddle tune. And the idea is that it is supposed to sound a lot like a train. So, this piece has some, it says LH pits at the beginning. 3 guesses what that stands for. Actually, just one guess. LH stands for left hand. And so anytime you have pits in this piece, you're actually supposed to use your left hand. So you'll note also that it says 3 and open, and that means that they're suggesting that you pits with your third finger of the left hand. You can also pits with your pinky. You can also pits with your second finger, although it tends to not sound as good. I'm not as much of a fan of pitsing with your first finger, just because it's so close to the string. But you're welcome to experiment. And if you have a finger that gets a blister, it gets tired, or you want to switch between fingers, that's perfectly fine. So just so you know, though, I guess it's measure 2, where it says left hand pits, it's those first notes, the 3 and the open. That is what that 3 means. It just means use your third finger to pits or pluck the open string. So in this intro, we're going to go back and forth for a while between left hand pits and playing. So you're going to want to have your bow ready. And so you pluck that first measure, and then you have to put your 1 on the A string and put your bow on the A string. Now when you're plucking, lift the bow off the string. Now in measure 7, you will have to bar your first finger. All of you know how to bar your first finger. Remember that you place it on the fingerboard in between the A and E string, and you will put the bow on both strings. Everybody try measure 7 with me, please. Okay, so let's try this from the very beginning. So we're going to pits. Great. Now you have to bar your first finger on the A and D, and you're going to play a strawberry rhythm. Let's try that one more time. Measure 11 and 12. Ready? Go. And then you go back to pitching that open E. And that's the whole intro, okay? I'm going to go through each section, kind of explain it. We'll do a little bit of work, and then we'll play the whole thing through together when we're all done. All right, so in the A section, this is where the hand frame really starts to become important. You'll notice that there are 3 sharps in the key signature. So what key is this in? A major. And remember that the A major hand frame is exactly the same as the G major hand frame, except that A is 1 note higher than G. So you have to move the whole hand frame up 1 finger. So instead of high and low 2s, you have high and low 3s. The A major hand frame is high 3s on low strings, low 3s on high strings. Remember that the tape for 3rd finger is actually low 3. That's unlike any of our other fingers. And of course, you'll have all high 2s. So here in measure 15, those 2s on the E and on the A are going to be high. So we'll take a look at measure 15. Let's just play through the A section together. 1 and a 2 and a ready, go. And then you go back to this opening thing. And remember to pull the bow off the string to pluck. Now all the way over to the D. Ooh, high 3 on the G. All right, and that's the end of the A section. Nothing too terribly difficult in there, but I would suggest in measure 24 that you circle that 3rd finger on the G string and you write yourself an up arrow or a sharp or some type of reminder that that is indeed high 3. Let's just try measures 24 and 25 again. Measure 24, ready, go. Great. Okay. Now take a look at the B section, these 16th notes. Remember, it's very easy to experience black notes on page syndrome, where you see a lot of black notes, a lot of 16th notes, and you immediately feel worried that they're going to be very hard. In fact, these 16th notes are very easy. Take a look. The first measure, you have the pattern 1 on D twice and then open A twice, 4 times. Let's play that measure. Here we go. This is measure 26. It's the first measure of 16th notes, the beginning of the B section. Ready? Go. It's actually pretty easy, right? And then measure 27, it's the same, except instead of 1 on D, it's 2 on D. Ready? 27, go. 28 is the same pattern. It's 1 on A and then open E. Ready? Go. And then 29, 2 on A and open E. And then you do it all again. So first you do on A and D, 1 and then 2, and then on A and E, 1 and then 2. With me, starting in measure 30. Measure 30, 1 E, and ready, go. Now 2. Now 1 on A. 2 on A. And that's it. All those notes, really pretty easy. All right, now let's take a look at the C section. The C section, we have our pepperoni pizza rhythm. Yay, we haven't seen that in a while. So it goes pepperoni pizza, pepperoni pizza, pepperoni pizza, ice cream. Nothing really too much to worry about in the C section. Take a quick look at measure 37. E, 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 3, 2, 1. No problem. Then measure 39. A, 3, 2, 1, D, D. I want to point out that that natural on the third finger in measure 39 means that that is not a high 3. It's a low 3 on the tape. That's what that accidental means. So you might want to go ahead and circle that 3 in measure 39. It's a G natural. And write yourself a down arrow. Let's all play 39 together. Ready? Go! And then measure 41. E, 3, 2, 1, A, A. Exactly the same finger pattern, just on E and A. Ready? 41. Here you go. Great. All right. So the last measure, the coda, is probably the hardest measure of the whole piece. So let's do it slowly. It does have a finger number written on every note. Remember, all high 2s. So let's do it really slow. So 3 on E. A little quicker. Ready, go. Quicker. Woo! All right. Take that violin down. Take a little break. Roll your shoulders. Take a nice deep breath. All right, my friends. So if you need to do some more work on this, feel free to pause the video or go back, do some things again. If you're ready, we're going to do a full playthrough. As I said, I am not going to take the repeat. So I'm going to start up at the intro in measure 2 and just play all the way once through to the end, play the tag ending, and call it good. Not too fast, although you're welcome to play this faster on your own, but please make sure that no matter how fast you play it, you keep a very steady tempo. All right. So we are going to play ticka, 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 ticka. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. The beginning feels kind of slow, but remember, it's like a train starting. Bar. All right. Great job. Take a bow. Excellent work. So that piece is long, but not really all that hard. Okay. So I want to do Musette next, and Musette is in cut time. So if you take a look where the time signature should be, there's the letter C and it's got a line through it. That means cut time, which just means that we're going to feel this in 2-2. That means you're going to feel 2 half notes in every measure, which of course, mathematically, is exactly the same as 4 quarter notes. So you may be asking yourself, well, why are there only 2 beats in the first measure? And the answer to that is that those are actually 2 pickup beats. And in fact, they are taken from the last measure, which also only has 2 beats. But if you look at every other measure, it's got 4 beats. Now, the repeat sign at the end of the first line is in the middle of that measure, so sometimes it looks a little confusing. But just count your tas and tees and you'll be fine. All right. I know some of you have already been working on Musette, so rather than taking the time to work on it, we're just going to do a playthrough today. Not too fast, paying special attention to the bowing, the rhythm, and the nice steady tempo. I will take the repeats, and I will play all of the marked bowings. Here is your introduction. Go. Repeat. Go on. Circle. Repeat. Circle. Great job, everybody. All right, finally, I am going to be doing a playthrough of Pelican Reel, which I know many of you are also working on. Pelican Reel, one thing I want to mention about the form. The first 2 lines, the A section, have a repeat, and then the second 2 lines have a repeat. And then you see where it says DC with repeats? That should be DC al fine, and at the end of the second line, that's where the fine should be. Now, fine is the Italian word meaning end, and it's spelled F-I-N-E, just like the English word meaning fine. So what I have done here is I have actually written in the fine at the end of the second line, and at the end itself, I have written in DC al fine, just so that I remember. So we will do a playthrough now. We will take the repeats, and I will play the 1 slur. There's 1 slur. We'll do it. Here we go. Here's your introduction. Circle. now the fine, which means that that is the end. So you'll do the first 2 lines, take the repeat. Second 2 lines, take the repeat. First 2 lines again, take the repeat. All right, everybody, that concludes our final group class video of spring 2020. Again, I've missed all of you in group class a lot. I'm glad that I've gotten to see you in your Zoom lessons, though. And I hope to see you in some lessons this summer and absolutely back next fall. Until then, take care, and I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.